you to everyone who made the special effort to come this morning, and both those who got up early to come here and also those who slept late in order to come here. I know that there's some people who get up with chickens in the morning, and nonetheless they stayed late to be able to come here this morning, so a thank you to all. Today is the yahrzeit of my father-in-law, Yosef Zev ben Yaakov Shlomo Langenthal, and our family each year at the time of the yahrzeit learns a section of Mishnayos in memory, and this year the family learned the Mishnayos of Seder Moed, speaking of the holidays, and I'm going to make a Siyyum now, and then we ask you to join us for breakfast. And usually our son makes it in Baltimore, so that doesn't give you much information since there are three of them there. Our sons make it in Baltimore. However, one is away, so therefore he gave me the assignment. Now, it just so happens that this Mishnah is also going to be studied by our grandson, who is making a Siyyum for his bar mitzvah in 2 weeks, and I will conclude the Mishnayos and not say what he's going to say at the bar mitzvah. So the Mishnah talks about that when it came to Yom Tov time, there was a leniency in regard to people that we weren't sure whether or not they would make things tamei, impure. In order to give everyone access to the Beis HaMikdash, to be able to come in, even people who perhaps weren't as careful or knowledgeable or reliable as others, nonetheless, to make sure that everyone would be able to come to Yerushalayim, there were certain leniencies made. And then after Yom Tov is over, they had to straighten things out afterwards. So it says in the Mishnah, this is the last Mishnah in Chagiga, which is the last Mishnah in Moed, how do they take care to bring back the Torah, the state of purity? They would matbilen es hakelim shebamikdash. They would take to the mikveh all of the vessels that were in the temple, v'omrim lahem, and we would tell the people throughout the holiday, hizaru shelo tigu bashulchan, be careful not to touch the shulchan, the table on which the showbread was placed, because there were Kohanim also who came in who were not as knowledgeable, because usatamu, lest you make it tamei. There were seconds and thirds of all of the vessels in the temple, that is, replacement ones. If the first ones became tamei, they'd bring the second ones in. You know, sort of like for those of you who may know a little about baseball, there's somebody that comes in. There's a pinch hitter, there's a relief pitcher, there are runners that can come, all types of things like that if something goes wrong. All of the vessels would be required to be immersed, except except for the two altars, the one of gold, so-called, on which the incense was offered, the copper one, so-called, on which the sacrifices were offered, because they are considered like real estate, not movable. That's Divrei Rebbe Eliezer. However, the Chacham disagree and say that isn't the reason, but they say the reason is mipnei shehem mitzupim. Since they are glazed, they are covered, they are gilded, therefore it is not the item itself, but rather the outside, which may have been inadvertently touched by people. Now, the Mishnah before speaks about and says what happens, gentlemen, just give me a second, said what happens when Yom Tov ends on a Thursday and everything has to be done on Friday. There's not enough time on Friday. Everybody has to prepare for Shabbos and get ready, so therefore they wait till after Shabbos is over. There's an opinion of Rebbe Eliezer who says that not only if the Yom Tov ends on Thursday, even if it ends on Wednesday, because the Kohanim are trudim, they're very, very busy. They have so many things they have to do. They have to clean up, literally take the ashes away from Yom Tov time, and they have to prepare for Shabbos, and therefore we still will wait till after Shabbos. So my grandson is going to talk about not having time. My father-in-law, one of his favorite expressions that he always said was, I got time. In other words, he always had time for things, whether it be people, whether it be for eating. He didn't have to rush. Anything, he always said, I got time. And it was something that not that we tried to get him to say or anything, it's just that it came out very, very often. So to be able to have time for things, whether it be for friends, for family, for davening, for studying, to be able to have time is a very, very, very important thing. And I, again, thank you all for having the time to come this morning, and having the time and making the time are two very important things. So if you'll give me one more moment, I'm just going to say a special Kaddish that's said after a Siyyum, and then if you come join us, and Steve, if you could bring in some liquid refreshment also.
It's already there.
It's already there.